Tonight's first period on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by your local Chevy dealers. And by Papa John's. The day after every Flyers win, get 50% off your online order at papajohns.com using promo code FLYERS. Smiles from the Flyers, and why? Well, because they're back in Philadelphia, of course, as they are back on home ice to host the Canadiens. Rubber match of the three-game season series. Canadiens won early in the year in Montreal. The Flyers winning here in early December.
And these are our Kia starting goaltenders for tonight. Both of Montreal's tenders are Olympians. Peter Budaj will represent Slovakia, and Carey Price, representing Canada, gets to sit and watch tonight. Steve Mason riding that hot hand. 4 wins on the road trip and doing pretty well at home, too.
Indeed he is. Underway. Flyers back in their home orange jerseys. Road whites for the Canadiens as Sean Couturier moves the puck to Vincent Lecavalier. He'll fling it all the way down the ice. Flyer combinations at the top of your screen. Icing is the call against Philadelphia. Craig Berube exhorting his troops and looking for a better start to the hockey game.
Big priority for Craig Berube, telling us before the game that he doesn't think that his first periods that the team has put on the ice, even on the road trip, were that good. He said, for me, the first period is big.
Montreal combinations now appearing at the top of your screen, and the good thing for the Flyers, they were resilient. Had they come from behind shoes on. No icing here as Lecavalier is the first to the dot. Flyers have come from behind to win 9 of their last 12 victories, so they have shown they can come back, but you don't want to constantly be coming from behind. The Canadiens clear the puck all the way down here. This will be icing on Montreal.
And Michel Therrien, he is a defense first kind of coach, and for the Flyers, they're playing against a team that is good defensively, but Michel Therrien's troops will give the Flyers more time than the Devils did last night. More patient defense. The Devils just flat out come at you. So bit of an adjustment there, but anytime somebody gives you more time, it's a pretty easy adjustment.
They will come quickly through the neutral zone. They got a lot of speed once they get cooking.
Yeah, their transition game that you want to avoid. There's Rafael Diaz moving the puck ahead. And Brendan Gallagher will tip it to the Philadelphia line, and then it's sent deeper by Max Pacioretty. David Desharnais, the diminutive center iceman, after the puck with Claude Giroux. Giroux batted it to the other side, but Gallagher tracks it down. Pesky winger goes to net very hard. He'll get the puck back to the point here, and it's sent back in along the wall. Now trying to center it is Desharnais. Coburn wrapping him up. Desharnais able to kick it to Pacioretty, who gets it back out to PK Subban. His shot is blocked. Stays in play right along the dasher. David had played it to Coburn, but he was well marked. He comes out in front, and a shot by Pacioretty hit Giroux. And the Flyers will clear it through center, so the first offensive push of the game belongs to the Canadiens. The team's changing now. Here is PK Subban headed to the Olympics, and hearing it from the fans here in Philadelphia. Good pass. He's got Briere cutting in. Briere the shot. Mason the save, and he's able to gather the rebound to get the whistle.
Got to watch out for slippery Danny Briere. And I already think when Danny Briere picks up the scent in a game early that he's a dangerous guy. Claude Giroux in this last sequence, though, flashing some Selke trophy-like shin pads on that block.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's a heck of a save there by Mason. That's one guy you don't want to go one-on-one with, because Danny really has a good eye for where he's got to shoot the puck on top of some heat on it.
Subban with a great pass to send him in there. That's Bouillon getting it back. Gianta's shot deflected off the glove then of Mason. Briere gets to the puck. And now it's Plekanec in front. Gianta for the shot. Save Mason. Flyers having some trouble getting going here early in this one as the Canadiens will clear it out. Now that one bounces out, and here's Simmons, a 2-on-1 developing. Simmons to Schenn, and he couldn't get a clean shot off. And back out in front. Simmons digging for it. Schenn barrels in, and the whistle stops play.
Boy, Doug Murray ever played that one very well as far as the 2-on-1's concerned. He really stayed right between them. He's a big man. I don't know if you could even see making that pass to Schenn because he's so big, Bill.
Yeah, Douglas Murray is a big guy. I thought that Francis Bouillon might have gotten his stick on this pass finally to Hartnell. Right there coming back. I don't know if Hartnell... Francis Bouillon is number 55 coming back. Well, it doesn't take anything away from the pass.
And so the face-off will be to the left of Peter Budaj, getting the start in place of Carey Price. Mentioned Budaj headed to the Olympics. 13 future Olympians on the ice surface here between the two teams. There's a shot by Ronaldo that was blocked. He gets the puck back. Ronaldo all the way around behind. Takes a look, turns, fires. On off of Budaj, right out into the slot shot. Strike was blocked. And that goes to the neutral zone where Grossman will play it. Rick Grossman, 2 assists last night. Only the second multiple-point game of his career. The puck to Van de Velde, who banked it, couldn't get it deep into the Montreal zone. Now, let's see. Yemelin will send it through center. Flyers back on Van de Velde to Ronaldo. Ronaldo in the wrist shot. And Budaj will caress that one to the chest. Ronaldo makes sure to finish the play. And Chris Lee, the referee, barking to tell the guys to calm down. And while they do just that, we tell you about the virtuous scratches from tonight's lineups. Big loss for the Canadians. Galchenyuk out with a broken hand. Ryan White is also injured. George Parris took the skate, but he has had some concussion issues. And so the Canadians going with 7 defensemen here tonight. Matt Reed, we just found out from Paul Holmgren, concussion-like symptoms and is out at least through the weekend. Eric Gustafsson making progress coming back from his knee injury.
You want to get it right the first time, don't you, with a concussion?
Absolutely do. LeCavalier bull rushing toward the Montreal net off the draw. He's got it back. His pass for Couturier tipped behind him, and then Rene Bourque able to nudge it out to the neutral zone. Timonen has it back, right back to Couturier. Rink-wide feed. Downey, the shot. Budaj, the save. The early push belonged to Montreal. The Flyers have come back now. Offensive play of their own. Coburn gets that puck ahead, and Couturier able to get it to LeCavalier. Whipped it cross ice in the neutral zone. That's intercepted. Rene Bourque it across the Philadelphia line. It's taken off the play by Coburn, and the Flyers have it back.
But for all the chances Steve Downey's had in the last 5 or 6 games, one of these has got to go in.
LeCavalier and Downey trying to work themselves out of scoring slumps. There's the veteran defenseman Andrei Markov. A pass ahead, tipped away. Voracek's got it. His pass was in the skates of Mazaos, and now the other way go the Canadians. Pacioretty in across the line. It's it back, or tried to Diaz, but it's tipped away, and the Flyers move it to center ice. Here's Voracek. Jake Voracek in across the line. Drops it back. Raffl to Voracek. In front off a stick. And back to the corner where Raffl will play it to the point. Luke Schenn, a quick shot. That one goes wide of everything. And then all the way out. And the Canadians looking to go the other way. Gallagher ahead. Pacioretty able to backhand behind the net. Mason is there. Plays it up the wall. Bounces to Pacioretty again. He'll turn with it and fire. Blocked off in front by Luke Schenn. And the Flyers will move it out. Giroux backhanding into the Montreal zone as the Flyers are going for a change. 4.5 minutes into this first period. 4 shots for the Flyers, 3 for the Canadians. No score. Glad you could join us. Comcast Sportsnet. Hartnell goes down awkwardly in center as the Flyers move the puck ahead. There's Braden Schenn firing it wide. Wayne Simmons to the carom. Now behind for Braden. And he works hard along the wall, but the puck is sent off a stick to the neutral zone. Playing with that flesh wound, as you called it. Braden Schenn. And what did he call it? A little cut. Did not look little. It was. We'll hear more from Braden on his injury last night. Here's Scott Hartnell. Checked. It goes into the slot. Kicked that by Simmons and finally played ahead and out. Or it was to the line by Gianta. Kept in by the Flyers and to the corner. Bridges races over. And Schenn come together. And Briere able to clear the zone. Timonen tips it right back. Briere got his stick on it again. Now the Flyers have it, and Schenn will clear it in, and the Flyers will again change lines. Canadians look to start up. Subban another long pass to center. This one intercepted by Timonen. Threw it to Van de Velde, and he'll shovel it deep into the Montreal zone. Subban is back to get it. Van's on his clearing attempt. And the Flyers swarm on the puck. Ronaldo trying to center, but it's Josh Gorges who comes away with it. And he is stopped by Ronaldo. Flyers very aggressive on the forecheck. Adam Hall trying to dig the puck free, but it's Lars Eller instead. Subban. And now Rene Bourque ahead. Off the stick and all the way down. This is icing against Montreal. Let's head down inside the glass to Mr. Steve Coates.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jackson. Let's talk a little bit about the backup goalie tonight for the Montreal Canadiens, Carey Price, who will be one of the 3 goaltenders for the Canadian Olympic team, along with Roberto Luongo from the Vancouver Canucks and Mike Smith from the Phoenix Coyotes. And talk about a guy like Price and why he's going. 35 games this year. He's already got 20 wins. Spectacular goalie. He's won at the American League level. He's had a great career at this level. And it's going to be very interesting to see who the #1 guy is for the Canadian Olympic team when it all begins in Russia.
I would say most figure it will be the guy you just were looking at.
Can't imagine it won't be.
There is Vinny Lecavalier for Philadelphia. Luke Schenn, and then ahead. Downey is disrupted, gets back up and rams the puck deep into the Montreal zone. Lecavalier first to it, tips to Couturier. Couturier banking it back to Meszaros for a shot. Save whatever about Couturier. He scores! Sean Couturier picks up the garbage in front, and he knew what to do with it. He scores for a case of Tasty Cake. 1-0 Philadelphia.
What good forecheck. Vinny Lecavalier and Steve Downey have come to play in this first period, and Sean Couturier, once the puck got back to the point, peeled himself off the wall and just got into position.
Boy, you'd love to score about 20 of these a year, but Couturier's the guy. You see what he did? He got that puck to the point, but then he didn't go anywhere else but to the net. We talked earlier about a guy like Pacioretty. Well, look at that. How about that? That's 6 foot of net, and Budaj very close to getting there as he sprawled across with that glove pretty close to the pipe.
Well, he certainly did not give up on it. Forced Couturier to move it quickly and to get some elevation to it. Big hit along the boards as Voracek was set hurtling into the boards. He seems to be okay as the Canadians move back with it. Lars Eller. Eller stopped by Streit, who's then upended as he kicks the puck ahead and starts a rush the other way. What a play by Streit. It's a 3-on-2, although it's slow in developing. Voracek to Grossman. Grossman in front. Raffl was able to get a shot off, but it went wide into the corner. Now Eller will move it out to center.
Schuznick.
Well, he had his first, as he said, his second multiple point game of his career last night with a couple helpers.
He hardly had a chance to chill the case of champagne that he got for the guys. Then he had another scoring chance.
Couturier from Downey and Meszaros at 6:27. Flyers get the first one to turn the puck over here. Gianta holding on right at the goal line, looking for somebody moving toward the net. Sent it toward the cage off of Grossman's stick. Now Plekanec's lined centering attempt is blocked and the Flyers move back. Hartnell from the red line ahead to Wayne Simmons. Simmons takes a look and then feeds Braden Schenn. Schenn checked by Murray, gets back to it and finds Hartnell. Work away from Diaz. Got the puck to the point. Comer in the shot. Deflected, and it went wide. And the Canadians now will move it up and out through center, but they have iced it again. With a face-off back in the Montreal zone.
Well, how many times have we seen goals waved off or players handed out penalties for goaltender interference? The Flyers dodged a bullet on this one. Watch Vinny Lecavalier go through the crease here. He got a lot of Budaj, and Budaj is clearly kneeling in his paint. Look at this. Oh. No wonder Budaj had no idea where the puck had gone or where Sean Couturier was coming from.
I am shocked he didn't argue.
I am too.
Yeah.
That's usually your first clue that something's happened.
Exactly. Flyers have the last 6 shots in this game. That puck deflects out of play. Downey with an assist, by the way, on that Couturier goal is 100th in the NHL. So the Flyers have the first one, courtesy of Sean Couturier. Time for our Good Adversity University Flyers game notes. Why not look back at that road trip one last time, because it's worth looking back at. 5-1. Their best record in that trip in quite some time. The power play was certainly part of it. How about that quartet? 15 of the 19 goals. And the Flyers have only played 5 home games since the middle of November, but went 12-7-2 during that stretch. That's very impressive.
It's all just head shaking to me after the way the Flyers started. It took them a while even to right themselves after Craig Berube took over for Peter Laviolette. But as fragile as that team was, and I think it was one of the most fragile Flyers teams I've ever seen, this is truly one of the most confident Flyers teams I've ever seen.
What a transformation. That puck goes out of play near Coetzee. Hopefully he's okay. That end up in your spot there, Coetzee?
I got it. Mike Johnson's in front of me right here, so I just ducked out of the way.
He grabbed it for you?
Yeah. No, I don't think he grabbed it. You don't want to be doing that.
All right, now they're home now. You know, you say, well, that was a great road trip, but look at the numbers at home. They try to make it 10 in a row at home here tonight. It would be only the 6th time in franchise history they've won 10 straight at home. Only the 2nd time in this building. And if they do it in regulation, Bill, all of the wins were in regulation.
Yeah. The big number to me is the little number, 16 goals against in 9 games. Starts there.
That is exactly what Craig Berube says as well. Travis Moan will tip this puck down as they wave the icing off. Timonen has to play it. They'll send it along for Lecavalier. He is forced by Gianta. Puck bounces back to Vinny. And he'll move it ahead to Couturier, who was trying to get it to Vinny, but it was intercepted by Plekanec. Now played across. Alexei Yemelin. Gianta and now Plekanec. He's checked again. Flyers have it back. Couturier through center, off a couple sticks high into the air, and Gianta will play it. The captain Canadians had the game winner for them in their last game at home against Florida. On Mason. Canadians change. Now the pass to Voracek. Around a couple Canadians. The right wing beat for Giroux. Back to Voracek, but his shot was tipped and then wide. Raffle after it in the corner. Had 5 hits and 3 scoring chances in his first game back from the concussion. Did not look to be affected at all. Voracek to Giroux. Could only chop at that one. And now Raffle in the corner. Check. Giroux also upset there. And Subban will get it ahead to Pacioretty. The Canadians a long time between shots. A chance to break that drought right here as Gallagher moves up. Centers it and went off the skate of Georges in front, and now a penalty. Georges was knocked headfirst toward the board. This will be a cross-checking penalty, and the Canadians will get a power play.
Well, the good news is you're going to see Michael Raffle go behind the goal line. The bad news is he gets a little bit too aggressive with Josh Georges there, and right there he knocks him right up against the wall. Now that's that area, like, can't deny that that's a penalty, because you can't hit a guy when he's heading towards the boards and he's about 3 feet and he's square, and that's where Raffle made the mistake.
Yeah, you're right, Coach. It usually happens when the defending player loses body position. If you're beside the guy, you're where you need to be, but once he gets completely in front of you, you pretty well have to resort to something like a cross-check.
Well, you saw and maybe also heard that block shot by Sean Couturier off the shin pad, which helps the Flyers clear the puck all the way down. 2 good units, both top 10 units. Canadians power play 9th. Flyers penalty killing is 8th. The Canadians on the road are 22%, so especially good away from Bell Center. Timonen will send that one all the way down. Flyers have killed off 15 man-down situations in a row, going back over their last 5 games. There's Gianta. Checked by Van de Velde. Puck along the wall. Van de Velde finds it. Sends it all the way down. Van de Velde getting some penalty killing time along with Zach Rinaldo. That's a great boon to a team to have some 4th liners. You have the confidence in taking some of that time, because it takes some of the pressure off some of your other players. Limits their ice time, keeps them fresh. Good read by Rinaldo there as he steals the puck. He's going to wait as long as he can and then clear it all the way down. Well done.
No panic there.
50 seconds remain in the man advantage. Desharnais moving up. He's been hot. Lost the puck at the Philadelphia line, and Couturier will send it the length of the ice. Good job so far by the penalty kill. He's not even allowing the Canadians to get set up. Diaz starts up. His pass off the mark. Couturier intercepts and floats this one all the way back down into Montreal ice.
It amazes me how much elevation Sean Couturier can get on the puck. Even when he's backing up, he can float it 15 feet in the air and over everybody's head.
Going all the way in now. The Canadians finally do get the puck deep into the Philadelphia zone and try to get set up. 10 seconds in the power play. Here's Desharnais. Across to Bouillon. Bouillon flips one, bounces around. Timonen and Jed back into traffic in front. Canadians will take it back around behind that. The power play is over. Here's Diaz across ice to Bouillon. Back into the slot now for Bourque. Turnaround shot goes wide. Flyers will get to the puck. And Raffle out of the box. Skates it out to center ice around 1. Raffle moving well now in across the line. Raffle, the shot, and is deflected out of play. 8:10 remaining here in period number 1.
Aiden Shen, last night he suffered a laceration in New Jersey against the Devils, and if you're wondering what his first thought was, why don't we ask him?
Well, I knew it was right away. Got kind of kicked in the stomach. I tried to dodge the skate, and he's just too close to me to get out of the way. And at first you just hope you're not cut too bad, and I had to go right to the bench. And Jimmy did a good job of patching me up and getting me back out there. I don't think it feels good anytime you get cut or with the skate in the stomach, but I think I still got lucky there too. Could have been a lot worse. Could have cut into my muscles or even deeper. So. It was just a little gash, and I'll be fine.
A little gash. Okay. If you say so, Braden.
Well, the one thing he did say he was going to change last night, he doesn't wear up until last night a T-shirt underneath the shoulder pad and underneath the sweater. So there was nothing there to protect once the skate up got underneath that sweater.
Jesus.
Live and learn, right?
I don't know. I mean, you have to be one of those shark-resistant T-shirts.
Yeah.
It would have absorbed the blood, though, right, Coach?
For sure. I also say this.
Yeah, you're right, Doctor.
Yeah.
I said you were a doctor last night, and I'm going to say it again tonight.
I'll say this, Ferdy Pacheco has nothing on Jim McCrossin.
No.
As he glued that thing together, and Brayden Schenn came back to not only play, but score the game-winning goal. One of those things you see in hockey, and players take it for granted, but it's unbelievable. There's a turnover. Pacioretty shot, and Mason with the save, and a beauty there off a quick developing play after the turnover. Off of the hottest goal scorer on the Canadiens club, and Max Pacioretty.
That's how important Jim McCrossin is to the Flyers and to the players. And the Flyers are going to be back at home this Saturday. They take on the Tampa Bay Lightning. It's a 1 p.m. game, and it's Kids' Day. It's a matinee game. Try to get to the game early and take part in family-friendly activities on the concourse, and for a chance to win in-game experiences. You can call now for tickets. Could be a great Saturday afternoon, and the forecast looks like it's going to be a little warmer.
A tad, yes. We got back home from this long trip, and it feels like Edmonton.
But then this weekend it'll feel like Phoenix.
There you go. Did we ever get home? There's Diaz behind the net. Hidden by Hartnell. Got the puck to Simmons. Simmons was checked by Markov, and the Canadiens will move back. 6:38 remaining in this first period. Cross-checker pass for Pacioretty. It goes to the corner. Pacioretty then checked there by Brayden Schenn, and the puck out to Hartnell. 8-game point streak, longest of his career. He'll bounce one in, and that one gave Budaj some trouble, and now the Flyers almost got the puck back again. Canadiens live to tell about it. Clear out the center. Grossman cut it off. Briere and he come together. Briere has the puck. Gets it to Subban. There was some doubt as to whether or not PK Subban would make the Canadian Olympic team, but he is indeed on it and headed to Sochi as Mason covers up right there. Look at Philly sports news and scores when you're on the go. Be the first to know the latest on all of your Philly teams right from your smartphone. Always something happening in the world of sports in Philadelphia. Download the free CSN Philly Sports app now. Face off to the left of Steve Mason, who's seen 4 shots. Flyers have 7. The other end of the ice. They'll win this draw. Awful. Quickly to Voracek. Get across the line. Tips it deep and goes after it with Georges and Subban. Subban able to nudge the puck along to Gionta. Gionta's outlet off of Briere's stick. Grossman. And he flutters one back to Montreal ice. Subban has it there. Now the cross-ice dish from Gionta. His pass off of Giroux into Strike. Mark Strike fanning on his first pass. Now does slither it through, but right there is Subban. Clear to center ice. Nazaros takes it there. Schenn and now Ronaldo. Owns the line, giving a lot of room. Lines and player stick save. Budaj. And right back to Zach on the backhand. He scores! All was in front, but Ronaldo stayed with it and makes it 2-0 Philadelphia. They score for a case of tasty cake. Zach Ronaldo's been waiting a long time for that one.
No panic on this one either. Zach Ronaldo's got the confidence of a 20-goal scorer right now. On this shot, he just wanted to get a rebound. If it went in, I'm sure he would have taken it. He got help from a stick, and boy, he'll accept that as well.
I love the transition to the backhand inside. Oh, yeah. He got a redirection right through the 5-hole of Budaj. But, boy, what a great job by Ronaldo. And anytime you get a goal, This is when you can see that this team is firing on all 4 cylinders when you get a goal from the fourth line. Then when they're chipping in, everybody's on board.
That was Lars Eller's stick. And redirected that one right between the legs of Budaj. Ronaldo from Luke Schenn and Andre Mazaris. Mazaris has a couple of helpers already. So less than 5 minutes to play here in the first period. The Flyers with a 2-0 lead. Coburn back in his own zone. Will play it up the wall. Downey redirected, but did not get it out of the zone. It bounces back between his legs. And then a trip. Penalty coming up. Canadians down 2, but they will get a chance in the power play when we return.
Now another power play coming up for the Montreal Canadiens with the Flyers leading 2-0. Steve Downey, well, he's going to get caught tripping up. But right here, you'll see an opportunity for Raffl back against the Edmonton Oilers. That started the road trip and the shootout. Oh, my goodness. Just absolutely stunning. And then in Phoenix, once again, Jake Voracek, unbelievable. And then another comeback goal last night, Braden Coburn into the overtime. It didn't look good after the Devils had tied it up with just seconds to go, and then all of a sudden into the overtime, Braden Coburn. So a lot of heroes on this recent road trip.
A lot of heroes indeed. The Flyers have come back to win games after trailing in the third period 7 times already this season. The club record is 9. They're within 2 of the club record for an entire season already. But the Canadians have a comeback in their minds right now as they're on the power play, down 2 goals as Downey off for tripping. But again, the Flyers did a good job twice already clearing the puck all the way down. Here's Subban.
We brought this up on their first power play, Montreal's first attempt. The Flyers just have denied the setup. Let's see if they do again here.
Even in ahead. Markov able to keep it in. Coburn over after, gets through him. Steven and Gallagher come together. Now it's Couturier and Subban. And Steven. 2 Flyers, 3 Canadians. Subban will twirl it along the boards, back out to Markov, and now they are set up. Took them a while. Here's Gallagher. Back to Markov. Cross for Subban. Yeah. Always looking to shoot it. So is Pacioretty, but his pass there intercepted and cleared by Adam Hall. I thought Adam Hall quietly had a very strong game last night.
I thought he did as well. Great energy, strong on the puck, anticipation defensively, always good.
45 ticks remaining on this power play. Bouillon will wind it in. Canadians trying to get that back to the point. Briere fanned on the pass, but got it to Diaz. And now Bouillon right back to Diaz. And now it's Briere. Briere sided that pass to Eller. Briere, wants to get down there near the net, and he rotates down there right now. That's where he's dangerous. There he is with the puck. Manny Briere with the pass, the shot! And that one rejected by Mason as Bouillon got it through. Now Eller after it again. 15 seconds on the power play. Eller all the way across. Bouillon shot. Save Mason. He's got it in the glove.
Boy, that is textbook by Steve Mason on this save on Francis Bouillon. Look at Mason. First of all, he had to go to his left. He's up and he's ready. But the big thing that Jeff Reese, the Flyers goalie coach, wants to teach is be ready on the other side if the pass goes. Steve Mason was standing square and waiting for the shot from Bouillon.
And his glove was already there. A lot of goalies have the glove sitting on top of the pad. His is already halfway up. So he can go high or go low equally as fast. And right there, he was ready for Bouillon's shot.
Subban gets the puck right off the draw. Here a shot, save. Mason rebound. He fought that one off. It was up high. And the Flyers clear, and the power play is over. They've filled off another one. Canadians with some chances this time, though. Gianta is it in the right wing. Plekanec first there. Centered it in front. Swept out of there by Coburn. Kept in by Markov. Off around behind the net. Flyers get to it. Here's Downey. Ahead. And the Flyers, Adam Hall will get that into the Montreal zone as the Flyers get a complete line out on the ice. 2 minutes, 20 seconds remaining, first period. Subban stripped by Braden Schenn. The puck does make its way to center. Pitched back in by Simmons, but retaken by Markov. He finds Plekanec. He'll captain the Czech Republic Olympic team with Plekanec. Upset in on goal, save Mason right out in front. Grossman is there, couldn't clear. Played it right to Georges, who flips one that hit a Flyer in the back and now bounces to Grossman again to get another chance at it. Going to reverse the puck. And it'll be Scott Hartnell who plays it. Canadians changing. New players back out on the ice. There's Mark Streit, puts the puck down. Gets hooked a little from behind as he played that all the way down the ice. No icing. And it's Hartnell first to the dot. Simmons could not get there in the forecheck, though. The Canadians leave the zone with speed. Thrust into the middle, off of the left wing, Borneball. Borneball trying to center. That's blocked by Coburn. Simmons surges to the puck. Back for the Flyers now with speed. Simmons up the right wing. They'll just chip it and chase. And Yemelin is the first to it to thrust. In the middle. Eller is swarmed upon, and the Flyers get it right back. Late neutral zone checking by the Flyers. Even in right back to Braden Coburn. Flyers completing a change. Over to Timonen. And he'll lob one deep into the Montreal zone. Voracek trying to get into the forecheck. Does. Feed that puck up for Giroux. Giroux off the wall and hands the puck to Timonen. Timonen in the slot. Raffles shot blocked. He does bat it to the corner, but Yemelin is there. They'll move it ahead. Through Prust. Giroux keeps it in. Giroux into the slot. Voracek has a look. Then back across. Hit wide by Raffles. Back out in front, but the Canadians able to block that off. Yemelin with a pass, and now it's cleared to center ice. There's Luke Schenn. Final 35 seconds of period number 1. Flyers could not get the puck deep there, and here's Brendan Gallagher the other way. Drop past Desharnais. His shot! That one takes off. Finds Glass, and now Steve Downey. Downey to Meszaros. 2 assists in this period already for the Flyer Blue Liners. Get the puck in. Georges checked there. Drew out on the ice still as that puck right along the wall. And worked ahead by Gallagher. Meszaros could not keep it in, and it's worked fast. Still time for the Canadians. 5 seconds, but Gallagher lost the puck as he got to the line. Flyers clear it back out, and that'll do it for period number 1. Each team with 9 shots on goal, but Zach Rinaldo and Sean Couturier were able to score for the Flyers. They lead this one 2-0 after 20 minutes of play. Tonight's Flyers Canadians first period was brought to you by Mazda. We believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. By Powerback Rehabilitation. And by Supercuts. Check out supercuts.com to find a convenient salon location near you. Rock the cuts at Supercuts. Downstairs we go. Steve Coates set to chat with Zach Rinaldo.
Zach, you've always been a guy that I said that actually really knows your job description. How would you describe that? Because, you know, you pick up your first goal of the season tonight, and that's super, but what would you call it, or what would your job description be in your mind?
You got to be good to be lucky. So I put it on net, got my luck, and the ball went my way.
Well, let's not talk about the goal yet, because I want to save that. Let's talk about you and the way you play and come to play every night.
I'm going to play every shift like it's my last. I bring in 110% every single game, and there's no quitting.
And let's talk about the goal now, because it is your first, and there's certainly a matter of excitement there. Tell us about it.
Like I said, I've been trying to get that first goal all season long, and it feels good to get that monkey off my back. And just got to put pucks on net, and hopefully goes in like it did.
Thanks very much, sir.
Nice.
Good description of what he does. He does bring everything, every shift, and he's got himself a goal now this season. John Borack and Al Morganti will analyze the first period as our coverage of Flyers hockey continues after this. Tonight's second period from the Wells Fargo Center is brought to you by your local Delaware Valley Audi dealers and legendary Audi Quattro all-wheel drive, the world's top-selling luxury all-wheel drive system. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. And by 5 Hour Energy Helps, which recognizes those who, despite their own needs, put others first. Ronaldo, 2 Flyers to score. Solid first period for the Flyers. Your Sugar House Casino statistics.
Well, the Flyers had 9 shots. They didn't manage one in the last 5 minutes and 21 seconds after Zach Rinaldo scored. And Montreal actually outchanced the Flyers in the first period.
But Sean Couturier and Zach Rinaldo took advantage of their chances and give the Flyers a 2-0 lead. Only 3 games tonight in the NHL. Our GMC NHL update takes you to Chicago. Brad Richards giving the Rangers a 1-0 lead over the defending champs. Matt Zuccarello has scored as well. Both players getting their 11th tallies of the year, so it's now 2-0 Rangers as they play the first period at United Center. Rangers trying to get a big road win there.
First period here was all about Zach Rinaldo. He had almost half of the Flyers' 9 shots. He had 4 killed penalties. Picked up his first goal. Pretty nice.
He was active. And the rare period where Zach Rinaldo did not have a hit. There's a scrum behind the players. Grossman and Crust push and shove, but no, they separated. Now Mason will send it up the wall and out of the reach of the Cavalier. PK Subban will flip that back to Philadelphia ice. Bounces off of Grossman to Lars Eller. Eller for Moen, and it went past him into the corner. Grossman then wrapping up Crust, but trying to keep his arms from completely wrapping around him so he'll avoid a penalty. Cavalier tries to help him out. Puck still behind the net. Finally works ahead. Downey is checked. It's Eller firing one wide. Back up the other side. Couturier couldn't get it past Subban. A little pressure from the Canadians. Grossman will maneuver it to Steve Downey. Downey will turn it over as Markov knocks it down to Gallagher for Desharnais. Desharnais around to the other side of the ice. Diaz for Desharnais. They'll bank it to Markov for a shot. It goes wide. Diaz again back behind the net. Desharnais centered it right on through the blue paint. Flyers need a clear here. Couturier obliges by bouncing one out to the neutral zone, but probably not far enough to get the change. Now the Flyers intercept, and Couturier will hoist one deep to Montreal ice, and they get that change.
It appears as if Montreal's coach, Michel Therrien, exercised his right as a head coach to peel a little paint off the walls between periods.
Would not be surprised. He is pretty good at that.
So you're assuming he was a little fired up and might have been some yelling down there?
I would think.
He wasn't happy with the way they came out and played here last month when these teams met either. The Canadians have the puck here. Desharnais to Gallagher, winds and fires. That one might have changed direction, then went wide. Pacioretty fires it back through. Now it's Subban. He'll fire one. Save. Mason the rebound. Pacioretty disrupted by Coburn. And Giroux will start back. Raffle, who blasts one from the blue line. Stick save. Buda. Into the corner. Gallagher comes away with the puck. And Desharnais is quickly checked. The Flyers get it right back, and Giroux will play it deep into the Montreal zone. Subban has it there. Pernell Carl. Subban. To mechanics and takes it back. His pass off Briere into the Philadelphia zone. Mason will let Mazaros play it. And Mazaros ahead. Hartnell for Simmons. Simmons pumps it into the Montreal zone and goes and gets it. Down behind the net. He's checked, but he continues to carry on after it. Takes a big hit. Got the puck back along for Braden Shen. Now Simmons off the wall with it. Simmons with the pass. Hartnell the shot. It went wide and then bounces away from Braden Shen out to Plekanec. And the crafty center iceman will tip it into the Philadelphia zone. Mazaros left it there for Luke Shen, but he was checked, and the Canadians get it back. Here's Plekanec. Out to the point. Douglas Murray will send it in along the boards. There's Plekanec. To the point. Julian. Back in along Briere. They set up in the offensive zone again. Hartnell will chop at that, and he'll get it out of the zone. In fact, Braden Shen finds the puck at the end of his shift, though. So he'll wait and wait all the time, and then get that puck to Hall. Hall cutting in, the pass blocked, and goes all the way across, and then the shot attempt by Sprite was blocked aside. That was a nifty little play there by Braden Shen. This will be icing on Montreal as he just protected the puck. He was out of gas, but he let Adam Hall take over.
You bet.
Twitter shots after that first period. Yeah, Ronaldo gets the goal, so the Flyers' chances improve.
Yeah, that's a pretty good comment. I mean, when your fourth line tallies, great first period by the Flyers. Yeah, up 2-0 when they return home.
All thumbs up from the fans on Twitter for Zach Rinaldo and the Flyers in period number 1. As you pointed out, it's actually been a relatively even game, though, in terms of chances. The Flyers have just been a little bit more opportunistic. Giroux and Plekanec here. This is a matchup that Craig Berube really wants to see a whole lot of in this game. Plekanec has a way of getting underneath an opponent's skin, can get them off their game. Giroux wins this draw. Voracek back. Grossman shot redirected by Giroux, and the save made by Budaj, and he hangs on.
Oh, that was so close, but you know what? He gets it right up into the belly of Budaj. But the face-off is what this is all about. You win the face-off, good things happen. The puck's going to come right back to the point. And watch Giroux as he'll go right to the net for the redirection.
I got that one, Coatsy. Budai's belly. That's good.
Drew does such a great job here right now because and nobody picks him up. I mean, it's unbelievable. There's no pickup when he left the face-off circle.
I think the guy that was supposed to pick him up, he had just jumped over.
Canadians roar out of the zone off the draw. Bourneval to the Philadelphia zone. Sprite trying to stay with him. He continues to control. And then fires it to Markov. Markov a shot. Save Mason. It got caught up in traffic right around the net. And out of the corner. And it's Bourneval getting to the slot. A backhander save. Mason. That was tougher than it looked. As the shot went back to where Mason was sliding from, and he was able to keep the pad down. Annivelli to it. And the puck hit with a stick up high. And so the whistle stops play.
Well, the Flyers Wives Carnival, believe it or not, is just 18 days away. And it's your chance to meet your favorite Flyers, your favorite Flyers alumni guys. Get your tickets in advance by visiting FlyersCarnival.com. Plan to experience the 37th annual carnival on Sunday, January the 26th. Yep, the Shen brothers will be there.
Maybe those two youngsters will be there as well. Face-off. Controlled by the Flyers. Long pass attempt blocked. Timonen tried to stretch pass but didn't get it out of the zone. And now Georges for Pacioretty. Pacioretty tried to center. Timonen calmly deflects that away and sends the Flyers the other way. Or a check to Raffl. Raffl cutting to the slot, but he's stripped from behind by Georges. Josh Georges to Desharnais. And way ahead of him was Pacioretty. Offside is the call. Gives us time to tell you our Dodge trivia question for tonight's game. Who had the Flyers' most recent 3-goal game against these Canadians? Was it Claude Giroux, Danny Briere, or John LeClair? Briere and LeClair both played for the Canadians and Flyers, of course. Briere playing currently for the Canadians. Claude Giroux has always been a Flyer, but which of those three? We'll give you the answer later on.
I'm stumped.
Oh, Braden Coburn put that puck right out into the middle of his own zone. He got away with it. Now here's Lecavalier across the line. Vinny Lecavalier, by the way, has been given an assist on the first Flyer goal taken away from Downey. So Steve Downey's back to 99 National Hockey League assists, and Vinny Lecavallier's up to 499 NHL assists. He hammers that puck into the Montreal zone.
Or did Nick Grossman just get this right skate on that, or Brandon Prust would have been all by himself with a puck coming right off the boards right in front of me.
Couturier tips that puck. Now it's Diaz back, getting it to Markov. Andre Markov has battled injuries, especially to his knees throughout his career. But when he's been healthy, the difference for this Canadiens team in terms of wins and losses is dramatic. What an impact he's had.
No doubt. One of the best and underrated. I mean, he's in the Kimmo Timonen category, really.
He'll be going to Sochi for Team Russia. Braden Shen with the puck here. Shen checked. Simmons following it up, but he's disrupted by Desharnais. Diaz has the puck. Pacioretty, he couldn't control it. Braden Shen keeps it in, floats it toward the net, knocked down, and the Canadians look to move back. Pacioretty trying to beat Braden Shen wide. Penalty. The reason he didn't beat him, Braden Shen guilty of holding. And so the Canadians will get their third power play of the game when we come back.
Braden Shen's going to pick up the penalty as he gets the arm on Max Pacioretty as Pacioretty uses size. And right here, you're going to see Pacioretty use that long reach that he has, and that causes a power play opportunity for the Montreal Canadiens. Let's take a look at our Geico quote, because Braden Shen had the opportunity to talk about the comeback wins. I think it's confidence and believing in one another and not pressing too hard. If we have to win the game in the last 5 minutes or the last minute, we'll do it. And the confidence right now is big. No kidding, it's really big. Just being around these guys right now, you can feel, every one of them, that it's contagious.
Canadians win the draw as they go to work on their third power play. Subban a blast, and that's deflected out of play by Hall. The Flyers must almost feel out of sorts here because they're playing from the lead here tonight with this 2-0 advantage. They still continue to lead by a rather large margin, the penalty minutes per game, although their numbers have been coming down. They were up over 17 minutes not too long ago, but still over 2 minutes per game more than any other team. So they're killing a lot of penalties. The good news for Craig Berube is this penalty killers have been outstanding lately.
Yeah, that number to me is kind of irrelevant depending on how many power plays you end up getting. Just so happens in this game, this is Montreal's third, and Flyers haven't had one yet.
Plekanec gets to Subban, and now back to Plekanec. Is it the middle? Markov with a shot. One deflects and finds glass. Plekanec chopping at it. Yanta in there. Coburn bounces free. One-handed by Couturier to Hall, who clears. Couturier so active with his hockey stick and able to make those subtle plays to break up potential dangerous situations. And misfires on that pass, but no icing. Mason out of his net will try the glass. And it's tipped past Markov by again Couturier. Another pass back to Markov and then set in by Plekanec. All the way around, tips out of the net. Save made by Mason. Another shot. Dribbles wide. It was Briere getting that first opportunity. And now Couturier will turn and fire it all the way down. Flyers will get some fresh troops out on the ice. Canadians as well. 50 seconds remaining on the Brayden Schenn minor. Andrei Markov, who recently turned 35 years of age, got it in. Vandevelde kicks it back deeper. But the Canadians come up with the puck and get it back to Subban. Gets to Markov. Now it's Subban, always looking to fire. Goes cross ice, shot. Pacioretty hit a body in front, bounces behind the net. Desjardins will whip it back out. Markov could not keep it in.
In the first period, the Canadians in the power play tried to carry the puck across the blue line. They're not trying to do it as much in this period, as the Flyers have done a great job in the neutral zone.
Into the slot it goes. Luke Schenn's there, though, and he'll clear all the way down.
That means that Steve Mason's going to be in play.
All the win on Subban. And able to maneuver out with the puck off of Pacioretty and all the way down. It runs out of steam, no icing. The power play, however, is over. Flyers back to full strength. There's Brayden Schenn. Out of the box. With the pass, it's Meszaros in across the line with speed. Meszaros cutting this off, backhand, save with a rebound. They score! Michael Raffl going to the net. Andrei Meszaros creating the play, and the Flyers lead 3-0 as they score again for a case of Tasty Cake.
Well, if this is Andrei Meszaros' reaction to being named to Team Slovakia for the Olympics, they should make this announcement every week. What a rush.
You know, I had the opportunity to talk to him earlier, and he just said that, you know, he feels a lot stronger, and he's back where he was before the serious injuries. And right there, you see that prototypical Meszaros jumping up in the play, going to the net, and then Raffl's a guy that's going to benefit from it, from being in the right spot, as that puck came right back to him as he fought off the defender for the Montreal Canadiens.
Michael Raffl gets his first goal in the last 11 games. Case in point there, he's been playing very well, just hasn't been able to bury one, but he buries that one. And the Flyers looking for more. Giroux's shot is deflected and goes off the glass. Voracek cuts it down low. Raffl will work down low now, but he's checked and popped it up this time. Lars Eller steamrolling up with it, pushes it deep into the Philadelphia zone. Oh, Eller takes down Streit with what looked like possibly a slew foot.
Yeah.
Down he goes. There will be a penalty, and Streit's not happy with Lars Eller right now.
Well, everybody's over there. They picked up on the same thing you guys saw. Definitely a potential slew foot. We'll have to take another look at it, but boy, a slew foot at that point. Both players going to the far boards, full speed, and doing that, that is really dangerous.
Well, Eller's such a big guy, too. He's not liking this call, but watch his right foot, Eller's right foot. It's clearly behind Streit's legs. And when he got his right elbow in front of Streit and torqued him backwards.
Eller could have been actually hurt worse than Streit. Right here, Streit is going to go down on the other side of the goal line. But both of them, you see, they go in feet first. That's dangerous because there's nothing to defend yourself with. Nothing. Your skates, your feet, your legs, everything goes barrel into the backboards. Man, that's dangerous.
Best way to make Michel Therrien's club pay would be to score a goal on the power play. As Dan Wegman is the McDonald's power play payoff contestant. Flyers with their first power play of the evening. And the Canadians able to win the draw, but can't clear. Streit keeps it in and goes across ice. Lecavalier to Downey. Downey back to Lecavalier, and now Streit. For Couturier. Back out Lecavalier. Streit. Couturier in the circle, back across Lecavalier. And a fast block by Moen. Right it backs. Right had to hustle over to keep that in the zone. Right along the line to Couturier. Right back to Streit, center point. Drifting. Cavalier to Streit. One-timer. Save Budaj. Rebound. Couturier battling for it. And the Canadians able to push it out of harm's way toward the corner. Set up the wall. Streit. Good keep. Knocked it down. And then gets the pass in the slot. Chen shot. And that one takes off and finds glass. Downey back to Brayden Schenn. Dropping it off. And now it's Streit. For Couturier. Set up again. Couturier all the way across. Tipped away from Downey. Brayden Schenn in front as Downey will bank it back to LeCavalier. 55 seconds on the power play. Right. LeCavalier again. Now Downey across. Couturier the shot. High and wide. They're moving the puck well, but they're missing the target. LeCavalier to Downey. Downey all the way across Couturier. Couturier takes a look. Nothing down low. Goes back out Streit. He'll flip one. Blocked in front. Cleared, but not out. Another great keep by Streit. Sign him up as a goalie. Here's the Cavalier back to Streit. Center point again, holding on. Now the pass for Couturier. Rotating out with it. On the goal line to Schenn. Downey goes in front. Schenn holds. Back to Couturier. Now it's Streit again. He'll want it. Fake the shot. And then flip one. Save, and then Schenn knocked down in front. They dig for the loose puck. It's still loose. Downey scrambling for it. Now it's cleared and out of the box. Jumps Eller. And Couturier will have to chase him. Eller all the way around behind. Upended. And no call there. A break. Rust in after it. Streit tired now. Oh, hammered into the boards. No call. Streit a little dazed. He gets back up. He's going to the bench. Here's Simmons roaring back the other way. Turns with it. Simmons takes a look. Holds on. Finds Coburn who winds. Fires. And the save made by Budaj. Good pace here. Some pushing and shoving. And 3 Flyer goals. The latest from Michael Raffl.
Mark Streit sitting on the bench, and thank goodness he's all right, because let's take a look at our Independence Blue Cross Fearless plays, and it's plays. As right here, he's going to be going back to defend, and he gets slew-footed by Lars Eller, and then watch right here as Borneveld comes right up from behind him and drills him. I mean, that was in that 2-foot area and drills him right up against the wall, but he's okay. Mark Streit, 5'11", 191, and he will be heading to the Olympics to represent his native country, Switzerland.
Indeed, he'll have Rafael Diaz of the Canadiens as a teammate. And in between those two plays, he ran an outstanding power play.
Man, did they ever.
On the point. He was just missing the bullseye a couple times. He had plenty of pressure. Here's Voracek laying it ahead for Giroux. Moving up with Raffl. Giroux across the line behind the back pass to Timonen for the shot. Glove save, Budaj. Great play up the ice, and then Budaj with an answer.
Well, that is such a confident pass by Claude Giroux. I mean, he took a peek and saw where Timonen was, and then just went tape to tape with a behind-the-back pass.
I just love that trailer play. And Timonen, you know, this is becoming very, very evident with this Berube coach team, where the defense loves to be able to jump up in the play. So he becomes the trailer. Giroux knows he's there. Oh, yeah, it's a dangerous pass. But not only did he make that play, but he put it right on the stick of Timonen.
Right off the draw, the puck in on Budaj. Flicks it away to the corner. Couturier behind the net for the Cavalier. Trying to center. Comes free. Downey! Couldn't finish as he had a man draped all over him. And Bornevald, and they'll move the puck out to center and down with the Canadians. Luke Schenn back to get it.
Steve Downey sure gets an A for patience.
Ahead for the Cavalier. Played it back into his own zone. Canadians let it go as if it might have been offside. Perhaps did go off the Canadian stick, and now the Flyers have it. Here's Couturier. Gains the Montreal line, settles, and tried to fire one through. It was blocked. And Plekanec starts back, but he's overtaken by Simmons. 7.5 remaining here in the second period. 2 in the first, 1 here in the second for the Flyers. None for the Canadians thus far. Chances even. Flyers with an advantage in shots. 19-13. Pass ahead. There's Brayden Schenn. In front for Simmons. The backhand save. Budaj with Hartnell in the slot area. The net puts off its moorings. And Hartnell did his best to try to put it back on, but they'll blow play dead.
That'll give us a chance to remind everybody that the Adirondack Phantoms are going to face off against the Hershey Bears on Wells Fargo Center ice. That is Saturday, February the 1st. Game time is 1 p.m. All you have to do is call 800-298-4200. Get game tickets. Yep, you might see some athletes dropping the goal. Just saying. Just saying.
Maybe.
Sooner or later, Steve Downey's going to get back on the scoreboard. Right there, you see what Billy had talked about is the patience. Look at it. He holds on, and he's actually waiting for Budaj maybe not to get to the pipe so that he could be able to come back with it on the backhand. But right there, Billy, the patience you talked about, it's got to pay off sooner or later.
Might be Budaj's best save of the game.
Timonen flips that one in, but offside is called before the puck got to Budaj, so they'll face it off again in the neutral zone. Thursday night on the Orange Line, the Flyers Olympians talk about the upcoming winter games. Kimmo Timonen discussing if this is his last season in the NHL. Scott Hartnell, he reads his book to kids and shop. All that and more on the Orange Line, presented by Bradford Whitewater Heaters, Thursday night at 7:30 on Comcast Sports. Great show, delivering insight into the Flyers. Aiden Shen twisted around there. Now the puck tipped ahead. Pacioretty was hanging around, couldn't get there. Mason plays it up, but not out. Subban, a quick shot blocked. Bounces back into the slot. Flyers have it. Simmons tipping it ahead for Hartnell. Hartnell trying to get that puck in deep. Subban knocks it down.
Montreal's big push lasted around 2.5 minutes at the start of this period, and since then the Flyers have taken the game away from them.
Zaros, who's assisted on all 3 Flyer goals. And now the gloves are down, and Zach Rinaldo and Brandon Prust will go at it.
This is going to be tough for Zach.
Yeah, Prust he's another one of these fighters who likes to outlast you too, so this one might go for a while as they go round and round. Helmet's still on. Prust tried to get Rinaldo's off there, could not. Rinaldo trying to go over that top with lefts. They'll get back up. Linesman let him go. Now Prust has the right hand free. Oh, he hit him with one, but Rinaldo hit it with an uppercut there. And now Prust has that right hand free. Rinaldo continues to scrap. The linesman decided to jump in. And I'm not sure Zach was happy about that. No. But it's over for now. 2 guys relatively the same size, Coatsy, and they love to throw them.
Well, let's take a look at how it starts. Now Ronaldo right there they're gonna meet up and say, hey, listen, let's not wait, let's not worry about anything else, let's just go. And this is an absolute perfect example, like you'd mentioned, Jimmy, of Brandon Prust, how he waits. He'll wait and wait for that other player, being Ronaldo, to be able to swing himself out and then come after you at the end.
I think Ronaldo made a smart move by getting in tight there, Coatsy, on Prust. Prust, pound for pound, is as good as it gets in the NHL, I think. I mean, Zach Rinaldo is an all-out fighter, and he's really good. Prust has taken on all sizes, anytime, any place, and he always does pretty darn well against everybody.
Yeah, the Rangers didn't know how valuable he was until they didn't have him anymore, right?
No doubt.
And he's a guy who, as you say, always has his teammates back. So 5 each for fighting. Right here, Prust trying to turn this game around. You can understand why he fights there. Zach Rinaldo is such a feisty guy. Tough for him to say no to a fight.
Well, he fears no one. Right. Zach Rinaldo fears no man.
And it's tough for him to say no, but, given the situation up 3 goals, you don't have to fight there if you're Zach Rinaldo, but it's not really in his DNA to say no. Owen will put the puck in. Couturier is there. Now the pass from Cavalier to Downey, and he'll float it to the left of Budaj. Flyers will change here. Subban is back. His pass tipped by Couturier and then swept into the zone by Raffl. Subban after it. Flyers have had the better in terms of shots here in this second period. One of them found the net. Canadians ice the puck here. Will it be icing? Flyers have to win the race to the dot, and they do.
Well, you can catch your next Flyers game from a premium lower level seat. What that gets you is access to a private bar, wait service, access to restrooms. Just call 215-389-9500 now and ask for the latest special offers for upcoming January and February Flyers home games.
That fight also means Zach Rinaldo is an assist away. McGordy
from McGordy.
There's a draw to the right of Budaj. Giroux wins it to Voracek. Voracek spinning back behind the Montreal net and changing direction. Here's check, but Giroux is there to get it back to Grossman. Right back in for Voracek. Voracek trying to get that out in front of the Canadians with good coverage. And Gianta will take the puck away to Plekanec. A little trouble with it. Guys roll deep into the Philadelphia zone. Grossman is there. That's the puck to strike. For Voracek in the middle. Right there is Raffl. Raffl across the line, cuts to the middle, jabs it to Giroux. That got away from Michelson. Giroux goes down. And the puck taken by Raffl, trying to get it to Voracek. Instead, it was taken back by the Canadians, but then Voracek steals to Raffl. Raffl to the slot, the shot, save made, penalty. Delayed call against the Canadians. As Streit keeps that puck in at the line. Or Giroux. Giroux going to take it out to the neutral zone. How about this for confidence?
Yeah, he didn't like what he saw. So
wow.
He's decided to come all the way back. It's all on the Russians back in 1970, Billy.
Yeah, no real risk if they do lose the puck here. You get the face-off in the offensive zone. And Voracek taken down in the neutral zone. The Canadians do get the puck. Flyers will go to the power play again as they lead by 3.
Michael Bournival's in the penalty box for Montreal, so the Flyers going back on the power play, trying to add to their 3-0 lead, and here is how they got that lead. In the first period, it was Sean Couturier capitalizing on a rebound. Zach Ronaldo with his first goal of the season. And in the second period, Andre Mazzaros, who is on fire, started this. Raffl finished it off. Mazzaros has it in overdrive. He's got assists on all 3 goals, and the Flyers now on the power play again.
His first 3-assist game as a Flyer. Andre Mazzaros had another one earlier in his career. And now with Bournival gone for hooking, the Flyers with their second man advantage. And they win the draw and get it back to Timonen. Waited for Giroux, but he mishandled. Canadians move it out to center. A lot of the numbers for the Flyers as they've made the climb up the standings beginning to look a lot better. The one number that is still sitting down where they don't want it is their home power play. They're 9 for 77. That's below 12% and second from the bottom in the NHL. So they want to work on that. Their road power play has been dynamic.
Fortunately, they haven't needed that home power play.
Evidently not. 9 straight wins at home. Here is Timonen. On. Voracek. Miscommunication there, and it's cleared all the way down by the Canadians. Now Mason, a long pass to Simmons. Simmons waiting, and they say it's offside. I thought the puck was already in the zone before the line change took place and Downey jumped on, but linesmen disagree. Well, you know what? It's the player going off the ice, not the player coming on.
As Steve Downey waited until he saw the puck across.
Yeah, the gates inside the blue line. That's always been a... Remember how the gates used to be lined up with the blue line? And they make the benches a lot bigger. So now the gates are inside the blue line.
That's wrong.
Couturier winds it in. And Downey got the puck. So Streit across for Couturier. Now it's Streit again. Lecavalier winds, fires wide out the other side. Couturier. Calmly turns with it. He gets it back to Lecavalier. Winds the pass down low. Downey looking to get it in front for Schenn. It was blocked, and then he blindly set it to the point. Nobody home. And this will be Pacioretty getting to the puck. Pacioretty takes a look in front. And then goes around behind the net. Right there. Flyers, well, they won't get the puck here. Plekanec will get to it instead and play it back. A lot of time coming off the power play clock here.
Can't assume that Vinny Lecavalier is always going to be tight to the boards on that power play point. He kind of freelances a lot.
Turnover, and the shot there, and the save made in front of them. The second try was stopped. Downey knocked down, coughed up the puck. Here's Gianta centering Plekanec. He scores! Short-handed goal, and the Canadians are on the board late here in the second period.
Well, this won't make Craig Berube very happy. His guys got tired and sloppy all at the same time. 3-0 lead and trying to make it 4-0, and they overstayed their shift in the power play and then turned the puck over without enough gas to get back and break this up. Thomas Plekanec threaded the needle, and it's 3-1.
Wrong guy gets it too. You got Gianta is going to be able to set that 2-on-1 up. He knows what he wants to do. He comes right across with a really nice saucer pass. But you know, you got the counterattack coming the other way. Downey gets drilled from behind. Straight overplays it, and they came back with the odd man run.
Second shorthanded goal of the year for Plekanec. The 7th shorthanded goal yielded by the Flyers, second most in the NHL. Gave up one last night. The goalie was pulled, but it was a shorthanded goal. The Flyers lead, cut to 2. Now Grossman wipes out. Giroux with good defensive work keeps Canadians away from the puck, but now Bonneval able to keep it into the Philadelphia zone, and Grossman played around to Voracek. And nice outlet there is on the money to Raffl. Raffl chips, and he'll chase as well. Going on after it, Raffl tips it around behind the net. Giroux and Pacioretty try to get to it, tie each other up. Giroux does poke the puck deeper. Raffl tied up by Subban. Tackle thrown to the ice by Subban. Giroux into the pile. The puck hops free to Desharnais. Canadians move up with it. Pacioretty loses it. Here's Simmons the other way. Wayne Simmons up the right wing. Drops it back. Brayden Schenn the shot. And it's blocked off by Subban into the safety netting.
So the Flyers come back strong after yielding the shorthander. But when they were looking for a 4-goal lead, it has turned into a 2-goal lead. Max Pacioretty turning the puck over. The Flyers have been really good on the counterattack.
Watch right here. Now remember, Michael Raffl is back after that concussion. He gets drilled right up against the wall. He's a very slow to get up and being tended to right now by the equipment man of the Philadelphia Flyers, Sal Raffl. The assistant athletic director, Mr. Sal Raffl.
All right.
Not equipped.
Canadians trying to clear here. Brayden Schenn keeps it in. It's tipped back out toward the blue line and now out to center. Brayden Schenn does finally deposit it right back into the Montreal zone as we hit the final minute of this second period. Will not be icing. Mason directing traffic and then giving the puck to Timonen. Timonen waits, takes a hit. Simmons up the wall, got a little help, but could not clear the zone. Sent down toward the net, off a stick, and then the safety netting. Flyers can ill afford to give one up here late in the second now and have their lead shaved to 1.
Speaking of Sal Raffl, I got it. He's been after me to say this. And right now, with 47 seconds, I got to wish a guy named Jack Dollinger, a good friend of Sal's and a big Flyers fan. He just had some surgery, and he's getting back up on his feet. We just want to wish him all the best.
Absolutely. Sal does a great job along with Jim McCrossan with the guys. Saw Jim McCrossan's work last night up in New Jersey, and Sal's right there with him. These guys ready to play. Here's Coburn for Couturier. Couturier sending that one in. Racing after it was Ronaldo, but it's jabbed back to the neutral zone. That was Vandevelde, actually. Now it's sent in. There's Subban.
See this trio that Craig Berube has out there up front. He doesn't want to give Montreal anything before the period ends. He's got Vandevelde, Adam Hall, Sean Couturier. They're all defensive specialists.
Arzella gets the puck in, plays it to the corner. Braden Coburn is there, and he'll drop it back to Luke Schenn. Schenn will play it down the ice. A bouncer. Subban trying to play that into an icing, but the linesman will not go for that. Subban is back. Vandevelde gets in on him. And Subban up with the gloves in the face. He got away with one on Raffl. His second shot while he was down on the ice. And right there, he went up high on Vandevelde, but if the officials don't call it, he'll continue to do it. As they push and shove, as the horn is sounded, ending period number 2. Vandevelde getting in on the forecheck. Subban one right there, the glove to the face.
Why is that not a rough?
Oh, and now, as we're
Here we
about
go.
to leave, some more pushing and shoving ensued. And a punch or two is thrown over the top. So we're going to have some penalties called here now, I would imagine, as Mike Lego's right there in the middle of it, along with Chris Lee.
PK will cheap shot, but he's not real good and not real quick to drop the gloves.
Well, that's his M.O. That's his M.O. As we're going to show you. He gets into the scrum now. He's going to be the lead guy right there. He just goes right over the top of Couturier. Couturier turns around just like you say, Bill. Why is that not a roughing call?
Here's another look at it. Some verbal bantering, and Subban, once they got their arms out of there, would take a poke at Couturier, and apparently it has earned him a penalty. We'll tell you about that when we come back. Tonight's Flyers Canadiens second period was brought to you by Kia. To learn more, visit kia.com. Also brought to you by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Tonight's Powerball jackpot now has an estimated annuity of $70 million. So play today. Pennsylvania Lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians. Players must be 18 years or older. Plenty to analyze for Messrs. Boric and Morganti as they are with you after these messages. 3-1 Flyers after 2. Tonight's third period on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by your Philadelphia Super Network Buick GMC dealers. And by McDonald's. Now at McDonald's, any sized iced coffee, or sweet tea is just $1. McDonald's, I'm loving it. So good. Flyers' first home game of 2014. They have a 3-1 lead. There are your Sugar House Casino statistics through 40 minutes.
Well, the Flyers took it away from Montreal in the shots department in the second period. And the only numbers that count right now are the 3 for Philadelphia and the 1 for Montreal. And the Flyers, again, will be given an opportunity to add to that with a power play to start this third.
Each team with a goal in that second period. Michael Raffl added a 10-game goalless drought with his third off a nice setup by Andre Mazaris, his third assist of the game. Plekanec got the Canadiens on the board with a shorty at 17:37, courtesy of Gianta. Our NHL GMC update takes you back to Chicago, where the Hawks have responded. The defending champs get 2 goals separated by less than 2 minutes. Captain Jonathan Toews with that one, and then Brandon Bollig able to tie the game. Just like that, it's a 2-2 game at United Center. Rangers and Blackhawks. Only 3 games tonight. This one here, that one, and the Ottawa, Colorado game, which will start in about a half hour or so. Well, earlier on tonight, Claude Giroux and Danny Briere were teammates again for a moment. They were given the rings and jerseys from their Berlin Polar Bears team they played with over in Germany. That team eventually went on to win the German League Championship. And so Briere and Giroux presented with their championship rings earlier on today. So they were teammates, of course, used to be housemates. Danny Briere was Claude Giroux's landlord for a period of time, in addition to being, of course, teammates here in Philadelphia. But that aside, it's all about the business at hand, which is this hockey game, and the Flyers with a big opportunity here to start the third period as they have a power play courtesy of P.K. Subban, who is guilty of roughing. And so the Flyers with a chance to restore their 3-goal lead here with a clean sheet of ice in this power play. Hartnell fanning on that pass, and the Canadiens clear. Of course, keep in mind, the Flyers did yield their goal here tonight while they were on a power play, so we'll be careful with that as well. Shot pass to Giroux, right wing feed Voracek. He is cut off at the pass. Nice play there by Josh Gorges, and the Canadiens clear. Josh Gorges, I think, is one of the more underrated defensemen in the NHL.
I would agree with that, and he's had a heck of a career for a guy that never was drafted, even though he captained Kelowna to a Memorial Cup victory. And he was coming into the draft in an era when you had to be big to be drafted on defense.
Started with San Jose, but has become really the heart and soul of the Canadiens. Now the Canadiens shorthanded again. Markov to Prust. And he's just willing to occupy that puck as long as he can. Down to 55 seconds on the power play. Nothing doing so far for the Flyers. Giroux to Strider now ahead to LeCavalier. The Flyers change up to the second unit. LeCavalier gains the line. Deals to Downey, and he left it to no one in particular. And the Canadiens will move the other way. This is Travis Moan. Getting the puck deep into the Philadelphia zone. Cavalier. Tip it back. Flyers still have a minute to work with, but again they lose the puck. This has not been a crisp power play.
No, this is what you don't want right now. You would have wanted to come out and have a good power play, get a goal to be able to get some room here, because the Canadiens, kill this off, they gain a little bit momentum and they gain a little bit more confidence.
The Flyers power play continues to struggle here at home. They've won 9 straight at home, coming off a 5-1 road trip, but they're hearing some boos from the fans. They're not booing the team in general, they're booing the power play. And it is over. Canadians back to full strength. Here's Subban out of the box. He'll fake and get checked by the Flyers' Grossman, who clears the zone. But back to 5-a-side hockey. Canadians still within 2. There's Coburn to Vandevelde. He falls down as he tried to get that pass ahead to Hall. Hall does eventually get the puck. He is checked in center. Gallagher trying to come away with it. Instead it's Raffl. Raffl will play it in. Hall chases with Douglas Murray. Now Bouillon ahead for Gallagher. Got it to the line, not out. Now it's out. Played back in by Hall. Budaj will set it up for Bouillon. Native of New York City. That's Bouillon. That's where he was born, at least. But tipped away. Back out into center, and now Gallagher. Sliding into the Philadelphia zone. Gallagher to the slot. Got a weak shot off that went to the corner. Puck along the wall. Nice play there by Luke Schenn as he got it to Voracek. Voracek pushing it to Giroux, but that's broken up at the line. And Flyers back to get the puck. Giroux. Cross ice pass, Ronaldo after it. Drops it back, Voracek. The shot! And the save by Budaj. He'll hang on.
Zach Ronaldo looks like he is wincing on his way to the bench. He was going for the hit on Brendan Gallagher, and Gallagher went down, and Ronaldo just tripped on him and went over him. I don't know what he hurt, but he didn't look like he felt all that great when he stood up.
He went into the tunnel leading toward the locker room, but has stopped. He's getting worked on about halfway toward the room. Now the puck along the wall, and the Machos on dug loose by Brayden Schenn, who turns with it, fires, it goes in on goal. Hartnell was in the vicinity, but Budaj swept it away. Georges checked, but got the puck free, and now it's Gionta. His pass tipped, even in, backhanded through center. He's got Brayden Schenn in the middle. Simmons hit across the line. Simmons holds and fires. Easy save. Budaj, but he had a little trouble with that. The changeup gave him some difficulty, but the Canadians then clear, and Timonen's back to get it as we approach the 4-minute mark of this third period. Flyers changing. Demo taking his time. He's drifting toward the bench himself now as he hands off to Streit. Streit in no particular hurry. First to Grossman. And ahead it goes. Downey tumbles in center. Lecavalier will play it in. Murray is after it. Couturier seals him off. And Downey trying to dig the puck free. 2 other Canadians in there as well. And it bounces ahead. Gallagher checked. Lecavalier will just feather that one in along the boards to Downey. Downey shoved to the wall by Bouillon. Lecavalier back after it. Now Downey gloves it, puts it down, gets it back out, but it slipped past Grossman and down the ice.
I don't think that Craig Berube wants to get into a horse race with this Montreal Canadiens team. Oh yeah, you got to be able to still play the same way, but you don't want to get out of control. Play solid. You've been doing a great job in your own zone the whole night.
Here's Alexei Emelin with a nice outlet. Travis Moen moving up. The Philadelphia line. Checked by Luke Schenn. Eller taken to the wall behind the net by Meszaros, but Eller keeps the legs moving. Meszaros pins him. Voracek trying to get that puck out of there. It does come free, but it's Rene Bourque who has it. Bourque back to the point. He comes across now to Emelin, but his pass or shot blocked by Raffl. And that goes out to center. Raffl a little gimpy as he goes over to the Philadelphia bench.
He gets himself into that position. I asked him about it last week. He spins, and when he spins, he always catches it in a bad spot, just on the other side of the shin pad.
That seemed to get himself to stop doing that. He does block the shots effectively, but ouch. Here's Vandevelde.
You just got to get him facing the right way. Everything will be fine.
15 blocks for the Flyers in this one. Gionta ahead. They say that's onside, but Canets will scoop it deeper. And right there is Coburn. Nicely to Timonen. And he will lob one through the neutral zone. Back is Diaz. And he just banks it to the Philadelphia line. Coburn knocks it down there. Cross ice. Grossman. Get that one through Simmons right off the bench as Bouillon to play. Across to big Douglas Murray. 6'3", 240 pounds. When he hits, it hurts. He rolls that puck in. Flyers have it back. Hartnell, cross ice for Braden Shen. Shen reaching for it, tucks it down low. Simmons holding on to it. Wayne Simmons trying to spin away from Bouillon. Center, Shen shot. Budaj the save. Nice setup by Simmons. Quick release by Shen, but Budaj was ready. Nice poke check there by Grossman makes that play offside at the Philadelphia line. Almost 7 minutes into period number 3.
3-1, the Flyers lead the Montreal Canadiens in S. Andre Meszaros is back. He's going to pick up the helper here as he shot the puck from the point. And then he rushed the puck for an assist on this goal by Michael Raffl. He's got 3 assists in the game tonight, and there are the numbers this year. Actually, for tonight's game with 3 assists and 2 shots. He's been all over the place. And, you know, he got back in the lineup. He had a couple of opportunities coming off those serious injuries. But when Gustafsson went down, then Meszaros got his opportunities taken full advantage.
Yeah, Mez is the offensive guy in this game. PK Subban is the guy from Montreal. And other than when he came out of the penalty box, that penalty that he took at the end of the second period, he hasn't had a shift here in the third. There's a lesson being taught him right now.
Michel Therrien and he have had an interesting relationship that has been seen by cameras and All Access show that runs up in Canada. Perhaps some more tough love for Subban right here.
Well, it's not a good penalty at that point. If you're going to get a shot like that, you got to take the other guy with you.
Luke Shen could not get that puck past one of them. The shot by Eller goes high and wide. Markov will get to Eller. Back to Markov, flipping one. Oh, that hit Luke Shen. Staggered him. Flyers unable to clear again. Luke Shen gets it. I'm not sure he's feeling too well right now. And now Lecavalier will back at it. Luke Shen's heading to the bench. Not sure where that one got him.
Not sure either. Seems like he's all right, though.
Now it's Briere playing it in the Philadelphia zone. Mason got his stick on it. Coburn surrounded by the Canadiens. So really starting to surge now in the forecheck, but great job by Coburn. Able to reach that. And now Vandevelde will play it in. George is back. Vandevelde getting to him. The puck to Gianta. He's barreled into by Braden Shen. Puck pops free, but it goes right to Diaz. Moves it into Briere, who's hammered by his former teammate Coburn. Longtime teammates, in fact. And now the puck out in the neutral zone. Vandevelde playing it to himself, but he's hooked. Braden Shen will backhand it the other way. Hall trying to get it deeper in the zone. Braden Shen after it. Pops it up in the air. And Georges will play it. 11:35 remaining, third period. Flyers with a 3-1 lead. Canadiens have not been able to get a shot on Steve Mason yet here in the third.
Well, our super sleuths in the truck have found Luke Shen taking the puck right off his forehead.
Good thing for those helmets.
Well, that's a little reminiscent of last year in Winnipeg when he took one right in the face.
Oh, gosh, that's right, Coatsy. He did, didn't he?
This one was a little better.
Yeah, his helmet got in between the face and the puck.
Oh, here's a big rebound by Steve Mason. Good job by Grossman to keep that puck away from Gallagher. That could have turned into a dangerous situation. Yeah, we've seen enough of the Shen blood here for the next couple days, right? Braden's blood yesterday with his abdomen cut as that puck goes out of play.
Let's take a look at our Wells Fargo great check of the game. A lot of movement in this hockey game. That's Gallagher that gets whacked right up against the wall. It's actually Danny Briere that gets whacked right up against the wall. So you know what? There's no love lost as former players. As Coburn takes out Danny Briere up against the wall right in front of the Montreal Canadiens bench.
Flyers win the neutral zone draw. Meszaros will wind it deep. Simmons after it. Lars Eller turns with the puck. Simmons takes the puck away again. Knocked down. Almost got control of that puck, and the Flyers do keep it, but the centering pass blocked. And the Canadiens have it now. Bouillon. So Lars Eller. Dane. Back to Eller, cutting toward the slot. Shot blocked by Luke Shen. Flyers sagged a little bit there, but shot never made it on net. Rust quickly ahead. Oh, Luke Shen. What a staggering Bork and stopping that rush.
What a game Luke Shen has had.
He came into this game up to third among all NHL defensemen in hits. He's adding to his total. Canadiens play it in. Timonen Tipped it to Coburn, who got it to Downey. Downey back to Coburn. And he's able to get away from Travis Moan. Gets to Timonen. And now Downey. Diagonally into the Montreal zone. Diaz is back to get there before Couturier, but he'll play it right to Timonen. Waiting for the puck is Kimo. Off the in for Lecavalier, and now Couturier behind the net. Couturier out to the hash marks, and then right back down low to Lecavalier. And he could not step out with the puck. Mechanics takes it away. And he'll move it to the Philadelphia line. Timonen gets it right back. Pass deflected. Lecavalier picking it up, trying to move it to the middle. Not a lot of shots either way here in the third as we pass the midpoint of this third period. Pacioretty up the left wing with a shot. Handcuffed Mason, but he's able to make the save and swat it away. Voracek could not clear it, but Couturier does. And now Lecavalier will steer it into the Montreal zone. Voracek after it. Budaj gets to the puck. Voracek winds up bumping into him as he was being checked. Puck off a Raffles skate. Now back to Pacioretty. Max Pacioretty finding Gallagher. Gallagher in on the left wing for a shot. Blocked off by Strike. Another shot. That one from Pacioretty went wide and it carries all the way out to the neutral zone. Leon has it there. Forced by Raffle. Gets to Yemelin. Cross ice. Intercepted Grossman. Add to Raffle. Oh, nice spot there with the pass. But it's to Adam Hall. Adam Hall will just one-handed into the corner. Yemelin up the wall, and that one was tipped by Luke Schenn. Will not be icing, they say. At least they say he could have played it. So we carry on. Here's Van de Velde. Off the stick of Couturier. That'll dribble into the corner. Subban out on the ice now. Barreled into by Couturier, and he'll sweep it up the wall.
You had to know that Therrien was going to peel his top team scorer off the bench at some point in a 3-1 deficit.
That's right. One of three defensemen in the NHL to lead his team in points. He turns the puck over here. Van de Velde to steal, but the puck bounces away. Subban lost his stick. He's getting it back now as the Canadians move up the ice. Cross misses connection on that pass, making this icing.
Well, tickets for the 2014 Frozen Four at the Wells Fargo Center on April 10 and 12 are on sale now. They're going fast. Probably a good time to grab them because the tickets include access to 2 semifinal games and the national championship game. Buy them online, ComcastTix.com.
Yeah, this place will be rocking for that. Josh Georges. And then knocked down by Brayden Schenn, but the Canadians able to work it past him and then play it into the Philadelphia bench. Oh, play stopped. 7:50 remaining in the third. Flyers still lead by 2. Flyers up 2. Chevy Malibu Sports Night follows after the postgame show. Time for a preview. Amy Fadul and Marshall Harris, it's all yours.
All right, thank you very much, JJ. Coming up after our Flyers coverage, it is Sports Night. We'll be talking about the Eagles. I know the season's over, but our Kelly Drive crew takes a look at what's coming up for the Eagles, what they need to do to get better for next season. It's never too early.
As you know, Kerry Williams quite outspoken during the season.
Yes.
Derek Gunn catches up with him as he looks back on his first year in Midnight Green, and 2 of the Big 5 in action with highlights from St. Joe's and Villanova separately, not playing each other. We'll send it back to you, JJ, Bill, and Coatsy.
Well, let's take a look at our Hyundai save of the game. It came way back in the first period. Former Flyer Danny Briere is going to have an opportunity to get it. Well, this is a semi-breakaway. He's going to allow a quick wrist shot goal, but Mason, boy, he's so quick. As Briere's a pretty good shot from in close like that, but Mason covered up not only the initial shot and the rebound. And that's our Hyundai save of the game.
One of those strange kinds of games for Steve Mason. He just hasn't seen a lot of rubber. 17 shots is all for the Canadians, just 2 here in the third. But he's got to stay sharp because obviously it's still a tight game. Flyers win the draw. Brayden Schenn backhanding it. Simmons kicking it into the Montreal zone. Actually inclined, but the Canadians impede his progress. He goes right back after it with Briere. Up slides out to center ice. Hartnell across for Grossman and in.
I love the fact that the Flyers aren't just bailing out and backing up, though, from the offensive blue line.
They're getting the puck in when they have a chance going after it. Like here, Simmons and across the line. The right wing feed Schenn. The shot. Why? I think that was a shot. And then Diaz will go after it in the corner. Maybe a little indecision from Brayden Schenn right there. Looked like he was thinking shot. And then all of a sudden it went to the corner. Didn't want to get it blocked perhaps as they dump it in.
It was safe.
That's for sure. Georges. Desharnais, who gets to be going through center. Desharnais Philadelphia zone taken down penalty. That is not what the Flyers wanted there. They will be shorthanded. The Canadians a power play and a chance to get within one.
Yeah, Vinny Lecavalier just got his stick in between the piston-like legs of Desharnais.
And this is the speed of Desharnais that's going to be able to provide the opportunity for him to get to that spot. Lecavallier's forced to pull him down from behind. Not really forced, but you're backing off the defenders. You see, Timonen was right there at the hash mark because of the speed of Desharnais.
Yeah, I was wrong. I thought he had a stick between his legs. It was just a typical can opener, but still, Desharnais had 2 D-men to go.
So, power play number 4 for the Canadians as they try to get this down to a 1-goal deficit. Pacioretty checked, and the Flyers try to clear but cannot. Couturier could not get it past Subban. Subban drops it in along the wall. That's read by Timonen, but he's checked. Gallagher almost centered that. Now Gallagher after the puck. It bounces around, and finally Mason will just bunt it to Adam Hall, and he will sail it all the way down. Already 30 seconds into the Canadiens' power play. Okay, Subban. Hearing the boos still from the fans here. Markov got it deep. Timonen up the glass, but Markov's ready for that. And they'll set it up. Subban to Markov. Desharnais. Gallagher's right in front. Now he peels toward the slot. Desharnais twisting and turning back to Subban. Across. Markov is past tip, then goes off Vandevelde's skate. Bounces back to Timonen, and he'll clear.
Good pressure by Vandevelde. I mean, he made that happen.
Greg Berube has been very happy with his penalty killing. He gets the opportunity. Gianta from the red line winding it in. Bounces free to Grossman. He's going to try to go up the middle. It ends up bouncing right out over the net and then out the other side. And Couturier is there, and again getting a lot of air underneath that he cleared.
That was on his backhand. He can do it either way.
We've seen Kimmo Timonen do that a lot on the backhand, but Couturier really can get that puck in the air. Here is Bouillon. Into the zone, plays it deep. Final 18 seconds of the power play. Grossman. And he go hard up the wall, just too many bodies, but it bounces free to Luke Schenn. And Luke's going to skate it up to his own blue line and then play it the rest of the way.
Love that decision by Luke Schenn. When he got the puck, he just took off. Took about 8 huge strides, and that buys you the time and takes the pressure off.
Power play's over, but look out here. A shot goes wide from Rene Bourque and then back out to the neutral zone. The Flyers kill off another Canadiens power play, and their penalty killing remains red hot. Here's Lars Eller, a shot deflected by Meszaros out of play. 4:36 remaining on the third period clock. Tonight's Flyers Canadiens game was brought to you by Toyota. See where Toyota takes you. Test drive one at your Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. By Bud Light, it's the sure side of a good time. Here we go. And by Wells Fargo, when you're considering buying your first home, Wells Fargo is with you. Wells Fargo, together we go far. The Flyers have gone far. A long road trip back home here tonight. Typically a tough game, that first home game back after a long road trip. And ironically, the second time the Flyers have played the Canadiens coming back from a 6-game road trip on a back-to-back situation. They won the first one 2-1. They're up 3-1 here tonight. The Flyers trying to make it 6 straight wins in back-to-back second games, but still work to do. Here's Subban. The Flyers turn away from him. He'll flip one that's blocked in front, and now Voracek has the puck. He'll skate it up. Big Voracek. Into the zone, but Raffl, they say, was not able to get out of the zone before Voracek entered, so offside whistle. Brief scoreboard update, it appeared. Upper right-hand corner of your screen, but only 2 other games, so it was quick, Coatsy.
Well, let's take a look at our Toyota turning point. Well, Couturier and Ronaldo gave the Flyers a 2-0 lead. At the end of the second period, here comes, yes, Andre Meszaros comes from the blue line, goes to the middle, and then Raffl's going to pick up the garbage, and bang, it's a 3-0 hockey game as Michael Raffl with his 3rd goal of the year. Andre Meszaros, 3 assists in this one, and that's our Toyota turning point.
And Scott Hartnell breaks up a play for the Canadiens at the Philadelphia line. Now it's scooped deep by Plekanec. 4 minutes remaining here in the third. Grossman, the check from Gianta. The puck moves up the wall, past Hartnell. Simmons trying to clear, could not. Rolls all the way back down low for Briere. He jabs to Gianta. Grossman tips it away from him to Simmons. Nice play by Simmons to Schenn. And now Hartnell moving up and across the line. Hartnell waits. Hold. Pass. Hit the post. It hit the post and stayed out. He was trying to make a pass. It ended up being tipped and almost found net. Now here's Brayden Schenn to Hartnell in front. Simmons shot. Budaj makes the save. And no further play. And laying down is Scott Hartnell in front saying, how did that puck not go in?
But this line threatens just about every shift. It started with Brayden Schenn deep in the Flyer zone helping Nick Grossman in the corner and ended up on this rush. Thomas Plekanec is the guy that kept this out right there. Wow. Scott Hartnell had his own rebound.
Yeah.
I think Scott Hartnell pulled every muscle in the back of his body there, trying to make a stop because he was trying to put the brakes on because he realized as he was crossing the goal line that the puck had hit the post. He was going to have an opportunity.
Yeah, he got to it. Give him credit, but Plekanec just a fantastic play to keep his team still breathing in this game. And here's Rene Bourque. Checked by Schenn. Crust will send a bouncer that Mason had to handle carefully.
No prisoners taken.
You think that Bourque will remember Schenn and the planes going home tonight? Woo.
Downey with two Canadians around him. Got the puck to the Canadian line. Diaz across ice. Miguel Diaz is to Eller. Eller checked by Giroux, but the puck bounces deep. Schenn plays back to the corner, but the Canadians are all over that. Eller. Body by Giroux. Saros will tip it to the other corner. Luke Schenn and Crust come together. Eller in there. Giroux as well. It gets back to the point. Across it comes Diaz. Diaz a shot. That's fought off as there was traffic around the net. Back down low. Here's Bourque looking for Crust. Missed him, and there's nobody at the point. So Raffl will charge up with it. Michael Raffl across the line, cutting to the middle. Swerve, drops it back. Voracek. Voracek back to Raffl. Raffl trying to go back for another pass, and it's intercepted. Crowd says, shoot the puck, boys. Here's Pacioretty moving up. Makes the deke on Timonen, who got his stick in there, and they do not make the call.
I think Pacioretty held Timonen's stick first.
They don't call it either way.
Right.
Play carries on. Here's Subban. Gallagher knocks it off for Desharnais, and now Subban again. Less than 2 minutes to play in the third. Backhands in. Mason is there. Off the glass, it's knocked down, but Coburn was right there, and Voracek clears the zone. Pacioretty finally to center. It goes off Simmons' stick. Ricochets around, and then Gallagher gets to Desharnais. Jitterbugging his way in. And then caught by Stripe. Turned around. Desharnais will get it behind the net. Pacioretty, and now Gallagher in front. Loose puck, and Brayden Schenn is there to take it out of harm's way.
See, that's how deep Brayden Schenn has played in the third period. Always in deep, helping defensively, and then catching up on the offense.
A nice play. Got it into the zone, but did not get icing called. And now a face-off in the offensive zone for the Flyers as Budaj is forced to cover up. Gives us a chance to tell you about our Mazda top shelf performers.
Plekanec with a shorty for the Montreal Canadiens. Gianta with a pass. Peter Budaj with a few saves. Andre Mazzaros, though, the answer. 3 helpers. Zach Ronaldo tallying his first of the season. Steve Mason not busy, but good when he's needed to be. Brayden Schenn. Scott Hartnell did a good job coming back in deep there as well. This line's played so well at both ends of the ice.
Really have been on a mission here of late. Budaj, one would imagine, will follow his team up ice here. Well, one would imagine, but he's not. The Flyers intercepted the blue line and clear it back through. He's right back deep in his crease, Budaj, not even looking at the bench. Now he's starting to look over at the bench. They get the puck into the Philadelphia zone. Gianta sends it through the slot.
Nobody's looking at him.
No. They're not going to pull the goaltender apparently. Here's Gianta. Now behind the net, Briere. Danny Briere plays it back out to Subban. Subban fired it wide, went off Timonen's stick to the corner. Plekanec to the point, Subban. Shot deflection, save Mason. Big save with traffic. Now there's a penalty upcoming. And it's against Montreal, delayed call.
Sure is goalie interference, big time.
Mason appears to be okay. He's back up, has retrieved his stick. He's heading to the bench. Flyers in no hurry here. Time ticking off the clock. 23 seconds. Giroux right in front of that empty net. Boy, that is a confident player behind the back. Steven, who sends it all the way down. And that is icing, but 13 seconds remain. And the Flyers will get a power play.
Well, here's why this penalty was called.
Montreal number 48, too much for goaltender interference.
Danny Briere in front, and he ended up falling on top of Steve Mason to the point where he pushed him into the net.
Well, let's take a look at our Bud Light player of tonight's game. We talked about it before. 3 assists. This is the first assist on Sean Couturier's opening goal of the hockey game. And then look at Mazzaro. Just drives to the net, goes wide, then gets the puck on net. The rebound comes right onto the stick of Rocco. That made it 3-0. An assist on Ronaldo's goal in the middle, and that is our Bud Light player of the game.
And so the Flyers watch as the final seconds tick off the clock. You can make it 10 consecutive home ice wins for the first time in over a decade, and only the 6th time in franchise history. 3-1 the final. The Flyers over the Canadiens, as the Flyers have reached 50 points on the season and just continue to win really wherever they play, but they haven't lost here at home now in over 2 months.
Well, just a terrific effort by everyone. Steve Mason faced 20 shots, so good D in front of Mason, holding Montreal to only 20. Claude Giroux was good in both ends of the ice every time he was out. And Andre Mazzaro's had the motor and high rev for this one, picking up his 3 assists. So great group effort. The Flyers seem to have forgotten how to lose with any regularity.
They've won 3 straight overall, 7 of their last 8, as they have pushed 4 points past Washington into second place in the Metropolitan Division. They get a couple days off and be back in action Saturday afternoon. Vinny Lecavalier against his former team, the Lightning. Our coverage on Comcast Sportsnet begins at 1 o'clock. Canadiens came calling. The Flyers were ready. They jumped to the lead, protected the lead, and get yet another victory. Their 23rd of the season. For the entire crew, as well as Bill Clement and Steve Coates, I'm Jim Jackson. Good night from the Wells Fargo Center. Stay tuned now for Flyers Post Game Live, presented by McDonald's.